Radhe Radhe. Today is Saturday, 8th June 2024. And here we are for this recap video for our Bhagavad Gita recitation session from earlier today, where we continue to progress along chapter 11. Along with me, here is Mummy.
Radhe Radhe.
We'll see that we covered chapter 11, verses 41, 42, 43, 44, and 45. Before that, as usual in recent weeks, just a spontaneous quick quiz, which covered last time's content, chapter 11, verses 36 through 40. Very quickly, just based off memory, we asked about an appellation in one of them, which is in chapter 11, verse 36. Chapter 11, verse 37, we'd asked about, one of the gods that's mentioned who also does and should be giving obeisance to Sri Krishna. Then more of them in chapter 11, verse 39, account for them, account for the number of sides as a lighter question in terms of how Arjun prays to Sri Krishna. And then, of course, also in terms of practice, chapter 11, verse 39, how people were able to recite the second pada and then stand alone the second line of the first pada. So use that, keep that, and keep practicing as well. For now, we shall continue with a summary of today, chapter 11, verses 41 through 45. We'll hear a rendition first, get to learn one or more important Sanskrit words from Mummy, then get through quick explanation and another round of rendition and any other comments.
So I would like to mention that our regular participants, they know it already. For those who are watching this first time, we are in chapter 11, and chapter 11 verses are very special. They have more syllables, so they are not the normal shlokas. These are sung in Tristubh meter. Why? Because they have total 44 syllables, 11 syllables in each pada. In shloka, there are 8 syllables in each pada, and they are sung in Anustubh meter. This is a very sweet meter. It looks little difficult in the beginning, but as you go along, you will love and enjoy it. So let's go ahead with verse number 41. Sakheti matva prasabham yaduktam he Krishna he Yadav he Sakheti ajanata mahimanam tavedam maya pramadat pranayena vapi yacchavaha asatkritosi विहारशय्यासन भोजनेषु एकोऽथवाप्य अच्युत तत्समक्षं ततक्षामये त्वाम् अहम् अप्रमेयम् पितासि लोकस्य चराचरस्य त्वमस्य पूज्यश्च गुरुर्गरीयान् न त्वत्समो अभ्यधिकः कुतोऽन्यो लोकत्रयप्य अप्रतिम प्रभाव तस्मात् प्रणम्य प्रणिधाय कायं प्रसादये त्वाम् अहम् ईशम् ईड्यम् पितेव पुत्रस्य सखेव सख्युः प्रियः प्रियायार्हसि देव सोढुम् अदृष्टपूर्वं हृषितोऽस्मि दृष्ट्वा भयेन च प्रव्यथितं मनो मे तदेव मे दर्शय देवरूपं प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवास. Okay. We'll see some important words also. From verse number 41, let's see. Prasabham. Prasabham means presumptuously. And another important word here is ajanata. Ajanata means in ignorance. Verse 42, very important, is akshame. Kshame means beg for forgiveness. Verse 43, let's look at the word apratim prabhava. That means possessor of incomparable power. Verse 44, very good word is pranidhaya. Pranidhaya means prostrating. And another very good word is prasadaye. Prasadaye means when you implore grace. To implore grace. And verse 45, we'll see the word adrisht purvam. That which has not been seen before. This is what is happening with Arjun. So over to you, Gagan.
Thank you, Mummy. Let's quickly run through these 5 verses. So take a look at all the catchphrases as we go along, and we'll just quickly talk about their content. Chapter 11, verse 41, forgetful friend. That's a question. It's really here Arjun, he has seen the universal form of God, but now he recognizes that he's much more than just what he thought was a friend all this time. So in fact, Arjun is, trying to get past his ignorance. And eventually, of course, even when he knows this, he's going to be forgetful at some stage, or through leelas that will happen. So indeed, something to think about, is he a forgetful friend? Which then leads to chapter 11, verse 42. Arjun, the catchphrase here is, forgiveness, friend? Arjun is asking from that same friend, Sri Krishna, forgiveness, because he now realizes that in jest, in humor, in fun, treating Sri Krishna as a friend, he has been, joking around with him, sitting with him, eating, etc. So he seeks forgiveness because he realizes Sri Krishna is much, much more. He is the Supreme Lord. That takes us to chapter 11, verse 43, where the catchphrase is foremost father. Here, Arjun recognizes and acknowledges that Sri Krishna is the father of all fathers. He's the father of the universe. And likewise, as a teacher, as a spiritual master, he's the spiritual master of all spiritual masters. Therefore, chapter 11, verse 44, the catchphrase is forgiveness, Father, because Arjun continues to realize he needs to seek forgiveness, this time not from just Sri Krishna, the friend, but from Sri Krishna, the Father. He's getting that so that he realizes that it's all in part of his behavior or attitude with all good intentions, yet he feels, he's worried that he needs to seek that forgiveness. We learn, of course, in Bhagavad Gita study that those are actually not transgressions that he has committed, because the intimate nature and relationship of Arjuna and Sri Krishna is so intense that the Lord actually loves that. So all that is loving and intimate. It's actually not any kind of transgression. Finally, chapter 11, verse 45, the catchphrase here is friendly form. Arjun has seen Sri Krishna's universal form. He recognizes and appreciates it. It gives him a lot of great joy. Yet he also says that his mind trembles with fear. So he wishes to see just that normal form of Sri Krishna, not even the four-armed form, but the two-armed, truly personal Bhagwan avatar form. So he asks Sri Krishna to please reveal his friendly form once again. Let's run through all these 5 verses from a chanting angle one more time.
Verse 41. Sakheti matva prasabham yad uktam. He Krishna, he Yadav, he Sakheti. Ajanata mahimanam tavedam. Maya pramadat pranayena vapi. Yachavahasartham asatkritosi. Viharishayyasan bhojaneshu. Ekothavapya achyut tatsamaksham. Tatakshamaye tavam aham aprameyam. Pitasi lokasya characharasya. Tvamasya pugyascha gurur gariyan. न त्वत्समोऽस्त्य अभयाधिक कुतोऽन्यो लोकत्रयप्य अप्रतिम प्रभाव तस्मात् प्रणम्य प्रणिधाय कायं प्रसादये त्वाम् अहम् ईशम् ईड्यम् पितेव पुत्रस्य सखेव सख्युः प्रियः प्रियायार्हसि देव सोढुम् अदृष्टपूर्वं हृषितोऽस्मि दृष्ट्वा भयेन च प्रव्यथितं मनो मे तदेव मे दर्शय देवरूपं प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवास. So over to you, Gagan.
Yeah, thank you, Mommy. And in fact, I will remind everybody about the flyer we saw in class, and hopefully people saw before as well. Take a look. The focus here is on the word friend. We also talked about Sakhya Bhav briefly in class. But the question is, how can you change each letter except the first one and get another of Arjun's terms of endearment for Sri Krishna? Think about that, ponder about it, whether you were in class or not, and hopefully you'll be able to get the right answer and understand its connection. With that, we look forward to seeing you next week, 11 a.m. Central Time, 9:30 p.m. India time, Saturday, 15th June, 2024. Thank you so much. Radhe Radhe.
Well, I'll make one more point. The answer to the flyer question lies in verse number 43 and 44. Okay. So just try to give the answer by commenting on the recap video. So that will keep the interest going on. With that, we will take your leave. Radhe Radhe.